modern day masculine man, take one.
Ooh, what makes a modern day masculine man? When you drink your liquor straight, a modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't bend, I won't break, you are not me and I am not you. I kept it real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch. Woo!
Hello, all, as they say on The Price is Right. Tonight is a beautiful night. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, and I am your host, Javon Clark, and this is my co-host, Carla Nicole, and we are here for another episode of Ranting and Raving Wednesdays. Well, we kind of just rant and rave about shit, ain't nothing big deal. We just talk our little shit. How you doing tonight, Miss Carla? What's up with you?
You called me Carla Michelle. Carla Nicole. I'm good. How are you, baby?
You know what? I did that before, and I used to do that a lot, Carla Michelle. Where do I get Carla Michelle from?
Well, Morgan Michelle is my baby. I don't know if you picked that up or maybe
it's the living soul. I'm tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the living soul.
See, that's what it is. You happen to you're channeling my baby girl, Morgan Michelle. Maybe that's what it is.
Do we got sound, y'all? Do we got sound? Somebody let me know. Are we coming in loud and clear on the internet? How you doing, Miss Elise? How you doing, Tennessee Hot Chicken? First 2 students in class.
Yes.
How's your week going so far?
Amazing. I'm just killing it, sir. Just killing it. Doing my thing. You already know. Building it.
I cut my finger yesterday, and that's something I ain't did in so long. I cut my thumb doing some knife work in the kitchen, and normally I'd be doing my knife work, and I can talk and look around and da 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 da. It's like, but yesterday I cut it. I cut it across the nail. Ooh. And so, man, that shit was bleeding like hell. But I got the blood stopped, and hey, I'm cleaning it with peroxide, and I doubt if I have to get stitches. But other than that, I've been having a wonderful week, feeling good. Last night's show, I had fun. About ready to have fun on tonight's show. I actually really liked the topic. I actually seen something about your topic today that I thought was so funny, but it's so real. So let's just go ahead and get into it. What you got for us tonight?
Welcome, everybody. I'm Coach Carla Nicole, and I am ready to rant and rave about a topic that I am really big about right now with love affairs with us ladies. I want to make sure that if any ladies on here that's taking it a little personally, don't take it personal. Just hashtag row the boat to the 800 number right here. And don't get upset with me because I'm chastising ladies, but this is just something that a coach got to do. I got to be out here and tell the truth. And the day will come that the gents will get it from me too. So don't get too caught up on that because I don't have no bias. I will get men too. So trust me.
You know what, Miss Carla, I was saying as a female, as a coach, you coach men and women. But I was thinking, I was like, men are the choosers. Men need to be taught how to choose. But like you said, you're teaching women how to be chosen and what man to be chosen by. So it's really not a bad thing anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's admonition. It's learning.
Yeah, but the problem is a lot of times, unfortunately, I have to say it, that some women can't be coached because they feel a way about sometimes my chastising them or my correcting, my telling them discipline needs to be instilled in them. They need to make some changes. They need to reinvent. They need to learn the code of conduct. And so a lot of times I'm not favorable when I'm trying to encourage and teach. So oftentimes I'm not liked until they see the change I'm sorry, they do the change and then they get the result they're looking for. Then they're like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, if I tell you something, I'm not going to tell you something that doesn't work well for you. So tonight we're going to, I've lost you. You're on mute. But I want to let you guys know that tonight we're going to have a topic about passengers or partners. I want you ladies to just think about being the lady in a man's life. And if we're honest, life is a paddle boat. And when a man chooses you to be in the boat with him, and we'll just say he's paddling. So I just want you to make an image in your mind that a man is paddling the boat, but he pulls over, he sees what he likes what he sees, and he thinks you're it, and he has you come on in the boat. Now, in your joining him and coming into the boat, you're giving a little weight. It's a little harder to just row. Before he was just rowing by himself, and now he's rowing with you. So you bring on weight. And so this is all symbolic. So I'm not talking about your physical weight as a problem. I'm talking about you, period. Just getting in the boat is a weight. So, women get sensitive about the body images, and I'm not talking about that today. So getting in the boat and the man or the husband or the partner or whatever you got going on is he's rowing. And then when you get in the boat, my question for ladies is, are you a passenger in the boat or are you a partner in the boat? And there is a distinguished difference. So this is what we're going to talk about tonight.
It's amazing that you say that because I saw on a podcast today, this basketball player just signed a $200 million contract. Ooh. And he was saying that he makes his girlfriend pay half on the rent. And the guy was laughing like, yo, you up $200 million. Why you make your girl pay half on the rent? Yeah. And he was like, because I want her to know she needs to act right from month to month. And I kind of laughed it off. But then I thought about it. He's protecting himself. You know what I'm saying? He said he met a woman. He really liked her. And once, they got serious, he talked to her about moving in. And she was like, okay, I'll move in. And he said, only on one condition. I'll take care of your life. I'll take care of you. You'll have a credit card. You can do whatever you need to do as my woman. But you're going to pay half on this rent. Mm-hmm. And at first she was like, what? I got to pay half on the rent. And he was like, if you can't roll with that, you can't roll with that. Because he was like, you got to pay for your life anyway. Mm-hmm. Now, he said half of his rent was like $3,000. So basically his girlfriend got to come up with $3,000 a month. Okay. And he was like, she can do that Ubering. She can do that lifting. He was like, but he feel like she needs some type of responsibility. And he said he felt like if he took care of her whole life, it wouldn't make her work hard to be a good person. And he said a month-to-month basis. She knows she's on a month-to-month renewal. And I never heard an NBA player say that. Normally they just throw money at a chick. But it made so much sense because when you don't know if someone got your back, right? Say if when I meet you, I meet Carla and I'm already up. I'm already a billionaire. And all you got to do is hop in the boat, right?
Right.
I don't know if you got any intestinal fortitude about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if you got any money management skills. All I know is I seen a chick I like and she hopped in the boat with me. And once I start paying for everything, I don't know if she really want me. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of like that.
You like his ideology of.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat because it ain't like he ain't got it. You can't call him a brokey. He's just like, hey, I need you to do something. I need to know that you're going to behave, be in line, and be who I need for you to be to me month to month. Each month, come up with that rent or your ass getting out of here.
Well, actually, I know that that's probably the road that you were going to go into, but the boat actually represents life, period. So it's really not financial. But if we do want to go down the financial road, I will say this. I agree that a woman should contribute. Now, I don't know if every woman can afford to pay half, but apparently if she was in agreement, she obviously felt as though that was workable. And so again, it comes down to if they were to come in front of me and say, "Hey, what do you think, coach? Like, is this appropriate?" I mean, and my question would be like, "Well, is it functional? And does she understand how to take care of herself if you guys don't work out?" Because the truth of the matter is, anything can happen in the blink of an eye. So I would, as a coach, I wouldn't even really take issue with him doing that, because sometimes women's contributions are different depending upon what she's got going on and what she's bringing, as we used to say, what she's bringing to the table. But actually, the boat is symbolic to life. So a lot of times gentlemen will get caught up in the optics, how pretty she is, what she look like, is she fine, does she have a nice body, she got them hips and all that stuff y'all like. But this is actually about the rowing part, is him actually working to move in his vision and his purpose. So that's what the symbolic of this is him actually rowing. That is his drive towards his purpose.
You know what, Carla? I wanted, when I was reading what you sent me, I thought about it. And it's crazy because there's an old saying, everybody plays the fool. You know what I mean? And I think every man has been a victim of a woman that has just been a passenger and not helping. Because as a man in your youth, say, for example, it's funny because women talk about what they make, what they don't make, what they have, what they bring to the table. But a man really just sees a woman and he want her. For whatever reason, it could be her body just got him that gone. She could be that pretty. You see what I'm saying? I know my first wife was so beautiful that I let her get away with shit early on because I just wanted this fine ass woman. Okay. I know that. I know I played the fool. When they say everybody plays a fool sometime. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, I'm serious. Meaning,
I believe you, yes.
As men, we can be in a situation in a boat with a woman and she's not paddling, she's not helping at all. Not only she's not paddling, she's not helping at all, she's rocking the motherfucking boat. But as a man, when you see a woman you want, you know you want her. And it could be, sometimes it could be her sex is that good. Sometimes she cooked just that good. Okay. But you will let this woman stay in your life and cause havoc and really pull you down just because of whatever it is about her. Like for the most part, when a man marry a woman or commit to a woman, he know when he see her walk in the room.
Right.
He don't got to know her credit score. He don't got to know nothing about her life. She could be a bum that just got on a wedding gown tonight. And that night he tell her, I want you to be my woman. And the next morning they get up from the hotel and she be like, well, you got to take me home. And he be like, you live here? Oh my God, this where you from? And she be like, I got 5 kids. And the man like, it is what it is. I know I want this woman. I know I've been like that over women before. Okay. So I wanted to throw that out there just to say, sometimes it don't matter what she bring or what she do. We just gone over that woman for whatever reason we chose her for. You know what I mean?
Well, you do know that I will be getting onto that subject with men later. But at this moment, we're going to talk about women just riding in the boat. Did you see the banner I made for this? Did you see it? Okay.
Yeah, that was neat.
Did you see how frustrated he looked and how proud she was in the boat?
Yeah.
So he
was just smiling like a motherfucker. He's struggling.
I wanted to see if you interpreted it the way I wanted it to be interpreted, and it was perfect. It hit it right on the head. And what's deep about this, and I want you ladies to hear me, is that we oftentimes forget how important it is to contribute. So what I mean by contribute is they at least asked me to describe the passenger. So the passenger is not the partner, the woman that's looking out, checking for shark infested waters, checking for if it's going to rain, grabbing a paddle when she sees he's getting weak and tired and needs the rest. She's making sure he has plenty and hydrating him. She's making sure that everything is getting done. But on the other hand, when she got in the boat, he was rowing alone. So he probably would pull over when he needed the rest. But now he can rest and they can go farther because if she's paddling while he's resting, now they're on a rhythm, right? So they're paddling in the boat of life. This is what this is about. Symbolically, he has the vision, and if a man is clear about his vision and the woman is in agreement or alignment, then at the same time, then that woman can be aware of what she needs to be looking for. So now she's also going to be in the boat while he's resting or feeling weak or his arms are tired. She is now going to be looking for the storms. So she's looking for what do we cover with, babe? If it starts to rain, did you think about that? You know, what do we got to be in and when it gets dark, where's the light? Did you have the emergency gear? What do we do if this freaking boat goes out of air? What are we gonna do? So she's constantly problem solving. This is what a real partner does, not the passenger. The passenger is like in the lift or in the DoorDash. I'm sorry, in the lift or in the dashing. They're just riding. They're not really doing anything. They might talk to you, but when you get tired, you're gonna have to pull over. But she's not driving it. Same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So partnership is more than pretty. I'm gonna say that again. Partnership is more than pretty. So let's talk about that, Javon. What'd you think about that?
I mean, like I said, some guys meet a woman and he just need her to be pretty. If she can just be pretty and not be mean, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times the most beautiful women have the most evilest spirit because they used to get in their way. You know what I'm saying? When you're a man and you could take care of everything, like I said, you really, 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 really will hire a maid. You will hire somebody to take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so many situations where men just fall for a beautiful woman.
Right.
And just because she's beautiful, he put up with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But after you get abused for a while, you wake up.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
and doesn't eventually the pretty wear off once you have to deal with more attitude, poor mistreatment, when you start to get pushed away, disregarded, talked about, your reputation dogged out when you're not around, or when she starts to take advantage of your kindness.
You're right, because I've seen women that were pretty. Like I said, my ex, her eyes were so beautiful and squinty, and then it got to the point it would be like, look at these motherfucking evil ass goddamn cat eyes peering in my fucking soul. The thing that everything that you like about a person end up being the thing, you know what I'm saying? Or look at this motherfucker, old big ass hips walking around here. Think I'm fucking. You get mad because you still attracted to the hips,
right?
And you realize that's all you wanted, and then it's like a situation come up where it's like you want some sex or something, and they give you some mercy sex, and you like, man, fuck that shit, but you still take it because you want to see them hips. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, I know.
The whole physical everything gets to the point where it can be like the very thing that attracted you, keeping you there, end up being the very thing that you look at and like, get your old fat ass out of here.
But you do realize that they usually don't last long term, because after a while the pretty starts to fade, because again, when you're talking about intimacy and alignment is two different things. So if we're talking about a man that's visionless and without purpose, and he's rowing but doesn't know where he's going. So she's just in the boat looking like that girl was looking in the picture. He's rowing and she's looking like, I don't really care where we're going.
Eyes closed. I'm just having a good time riding. She's looking off into space and her eyes is closed.
Yes. And I think but that's what I'm saying. When you look at that picture, you see how unfortunate he is working hard. He is like, and then at the same time, he's really second guessing his mindset. If you think about it, you can tell how he's disgusted with the way she's just in this pride, and you're not contributing. Okay, so let's talk about.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, and she's just not contributing, and it's making him very frustrated.
I was going to say, when a man get tired and he rowing in that boat like that, since we're using that analogy, sometime, and I stayed in my relationship longer than I probably would, because as a man, when you choose a woman and you have to break up with her, it's one thing for a woman to catch you cheating and she break up with you, and then it's like, oh man, she left you, dog, or dog, you got cheated. But it's another thing for you to just willingly decide as a man, hey,
Right.
you know, you ain't really did nothing wrong. I just think I made a bad decision. And that really, it really hurts your pride. Especially I was going to church at the time, and
Okay.
you know, just a divorce, it make you look like you failed at marriage, you failed at life. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So you try to hold on,
Right.
even when the beauty or the thrill is gone, you try to hold on because you don't want to look a certain way, because as a man, especially a man that grew up in a family with a lot of marriages, you know, first one in your family to graduate from college, first one to get married without no outside babies, first one to buy some land and buy a house. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Okay.
you're being looked at as like, hey man, you're doing everything right by
You're the model. Yeah.
yeah,
You're
by
the
your little
model.
cousins, by your aunts, your uncles, and
Yep.
it's like, damn, I'm finna have to fucking divorce. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could think about. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know,
Damn,
I
you know
know.
what
And
I'm
what's
saying?
it was and what's so deep about that, Javon, is that you were being looked up to because you were, if we're honest, you were carrying a different type of intention in life. So when
Mhm.
you have intention, you had obviously had a vision. Am I correct in thinking
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
knew what
exactly.
you were to do? So, if we're honest, though, when you look back at the awareness that you were at the time when you married your first wife, do you believe that from the scope of what you, where you came from as far as wisdom, understanding of life, do you think that you would, if you were to do it all over again, you would have picked the same wife?
Yeah, because I believe that the experiences that we experience are for a reason.
Okay.
I think she was great for me, and I probably was more the motherfucker that was the passenger in that relationship. You know what
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? She was well established when I met her, and
Okay.
I was just coming into my vision, and purpose, and she looked at that shit as like, oh, that's play. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that you graduate and you finna be a teacher and have a career. Nigga, you got health insurance. And she didn't have health insurance. She just made a lot of money. So when I started coming into my purpose, I needed to switch jobs and work a job that made more money, but I wouldn't have the benefits. And she was just like, oh, hell no, nigga. Like, I married you for benefits, nigga. You got benefits. Like that was a
So
thing. You
that was
remember
the,
Miss
so that
Carla?
was that was yeah. So that was the
Yeah,
value. Yeah, her
yeah,
value for you was
hell
that
yeah.
you had, well, you know, I worked for United Healthcare for 21 years. So yeah,
Yeah, that was a thing. A woman that didn't have health insurance, that wanted to have a family. She had a salon, so she made a lot of money. But she
right.
looked at me like, you finna quit your job with benefits to go work with kids and start this program with kids, and
Yeah,
you already
yeah.
got a job, and it's like, damn, this bitch really don't believe in me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it
for
was
real,
a
for real.
disruption. It was you ended up causing the turbulence in the boat. So
Yeah, I
now
did. I
you're doing
did.
this.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
are
did.
up like this.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I
she's like,
did.
"What are you doing? You're rocking the boat. We already got everything cool." You're like, "But I want to
Yeah,
do
we got a house and got some land. We good. All we got to do is have some babies. And here you go, want to quit your job. And I think I was talking about quitting my job when we first had got pregnant. So that
this."
was a big deal. And I would never forget, it was a conversation where it was like, I don't want to go down to the health department with them people. And I was like, what you mean, them people? She was like, them people down there. I said, you mean the people without health insurance like you would be? Like, and she got real mad because she looked at it as the health plan or the local health department was for just like poor, lazy, non-working vagabonds. And I was like, nah, we might have good jobs and nice house and nice cars, but we don't have health insurance. So we really going down that motherfucker for the exact same reason they going down there. So it kind of brought her down to their level when I said
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
she just went on a damn evil streak after that, and I was just like,
Yeah,
I
so
can't
you
deal
just
with it no more. I
yeah.
know that was the day that it was over when I said that about the health insurance.
Wow.
Yeah, I can
Really?
remember the specific day, and then we lost the baby, so she never rebounded. Blah blah blah, and then I had to. I left after we lost, not right after we lost the baby, but you know, probably about a year and a half. Maybe she hadn't healed from that or whatever. But
Oh yeah,
it was just, I was like, yo,
well, how many months was she when she lost the baby?
5.5. So she pushed out a dead baby. So
Ooh,
I
man.
was there. I fainted. And that's what I said. I wasn't even the mother, you know how you say the helping the passenger in the boat. I was standing there beside her, holding her hand, and I literally fainted on the floor. Yeah, I collapsed. They had to get me up. I woke up. They had me in the other fucking room because it was like they were saying there's no heartbeat. They was like, oh my God. You know, while they working, they talking, and they like pushed, and it's like, there's no heartbeat. And I was like, no heartbeat? The fuck? And then when the baby came out, I looked like I saw my face, and it was just laying there, and it won't even breathe. And I just collapsed. I fainted. I literally passed out. I never forget that shit. I passed out. I woke up in the other fucking room with the shit on me.
That's awful, Javon. You're funny as hell. So I'm not laughing because of the situation, but you're so funny.
You know, I look at life. That's something I experienced. Anything that I experience, as I talk about it, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to tell a story. It's just
you're hilarious. When you said it, like I collapsed and I'm in this other in the bed.
Like I said, that's when I said that you were, when you said the passenger in the ship, I was like, I was more of the passenger in that relationship. I could look back as a young man, not that I was irresponsible, but just, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I was the passenger. Shit. She just seemed like she had all her shit together.
So would you say that she was just more ahead of the game because
she just was a great woman, ahead of the game? Yeah. Yeah, I just think I picked a chick that was more mature than me at the time, and I was young, and she helped me grow into the man I am for Chris. So like I said, I will always love her, always look out for her.
You know what I'm saying? Mentioned that before. Yeah, you did. Yeah. And so what I also want to talk about too is, you know, a lot of times we lose sight about how we need to have foresight in the boat of life. We need to have intuition, which means we need to be in sync with our practices of meditation and prayer life and stuff like that, or however you see yourself reaching the higher power. You need to make sure you're doing practices and rituals and mantras to make sure you're consistent with that, to strengthen the teamwork in the relationship. I had a client one time. Well, she wasn't a full-time client. She just came to me one time, and she came over here, and I kept telling her, you might want to pay attention to what's going on in your home because you don't know the operation. And you know, she was Caucasian, so she was a little bit beside herself. She ends up wrecking her husband's big old truck, and you know how they are about their trucks. The trucks are their
damn F-350 diesel.
Man, Javon, she came over here and told me, well, I just want to swipe the card. And I thought, you're doomed. It's a wrap. She wrecked that truck, and I told her, I said, you're going to have to start paying attention to the operation of your home, because if not, you're going to find yourself in a mess. She left, went out there, and just ended up not listening to me, didn't want to learn nothing, just wanted to swipe the card. And then he done got him a new girlfriend. As soon as she wrecked that truck, he was already gone. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you have got to be a contributor. You have to also realize that you can't guarantee that just because he's on the up, that won't change or shift. And so what's your survival skills look like as a woman?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you never know, that handsome man that you think is so good and sexy and all this, when it comes to him being tall and all that, you might have to carry him. It might be a point where he can't use his legs or knees to go out or whatever. You don't know what's going to happen. So it's important that you both sit down and you pay attention to the operation in life, not just about finances, but just if you're not going to be a contributor financially, then what are you doing? Do you have a GPS role? In other words, are you going to map out and look for where we should go, where we shouldn't, where he can cut corners? How can we save money if you're not bringing in money? If you're not bringing any, then how can you help him to save and shave some of those expenses off? Yeah, he likes to go to the barbershop twice a week. They'd be like, babe, well, maybe I can trim you up or something, one of those days, and then we can cut back. do some type of skill, because a lot of times we forget that we as women also have skills. If
Yeah.
you pay attention to some of the things he's doing, and you can see, well, maybe I can. Well, you just going to the barber for what again? Well, I'm going there so you can trim me up and make sure this good. Well, let me see if I can study on YouTube how to do that. Maybe I can do something, and then help, trim him up and his goatee and all that, and fix him up a little bit to at least carry him on to the next one, so you can shave back maybe 2 weeks, where two or three visits to the barber a week, so he's not going so often, because he might be hairy. You don't know. I'm just saying as an example. But 9 times out of 10, we're not creative in mind, because we're not thinking about how can we implement or import ways to actually contribute. How
Yeah.
are we a GPS?
Yeah,
For
it's
real.
funny because my sons, it's funny of what people can contribute, and you don't know what a person can contribute until you start assessing it. As far as GPS is concerned, I always laugh at my wife. If I'm driving and I'll have my phone hooked up to the Bluetooth to listen to the music, and I'll be like, hook your phone up to the GPS so we can, you know what I'm saying, navigate. And she'd be sitting over that motherfucker and holding the phone up to my face. I said, Chris, you think I want to look at the fucking phone? And it's like the little car on the road, for whatever reason, she just can't read that fucking GPS to save her life.
Right.
And I be trying to show her. It's so easy to me, I guess, because when I was a little boy, we played video games. That's how I look like. And I'd be like, Chris, the car is on the road. The road is moving. It's telling you right up here. And then it's saying the fucking street. And then she just hold it up to my face. And I'd be like, Chris, I trust you. And she'll be like, I'll just hold it the whole time, because she don't trust that she's going to look at it the right way. But on the flip side, she's a hairstylist also, along as well as a teacher. So I used to go to the barbershop once a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's always $20. $20.
Now you don't got to go there now that often, do you?
Now I used to go to the barbershop once a week. It's funny how life is. When I was paying, I used to go once a week, and I used to take the boys with me once a week, because that was our bonding time. You know what I'm saying? We would always go to the barbershop.
Yes.
They get to see me be the man I am in the barbershop. Like, people admire me, blah, blah, blah. They used to, I could watch them. They loved how people respected me in the barbershop. So I would take them to the barbershop, and it would be $60 a week, every week. You know what I'm saying? Every week.
Okay.
And I was cool with that, because I was just like, shit, I'm gonna stay fresh. You know what I'm saying? In your younger years, I want the boys to stay fresh.
Okay.
And then it's funny because I was at the barbershop one day, and it was a new barber there, and I was like, go ahead, cut us. And he was a young nigga sagging his pants, and his meat touched my arm. I said, man, goddamn, man, pull your goddamn pants up. And because I'm who I am, people kind of laughed. I was like, nah, that shit, man, get up. I was like, man, put me in somebody else's chair. And they was like, man, you always going too far. I was like, no, this nigga need to have etiquette. He's cutting a man's hair with his fucking pants sagging, leaning up, and his fucking dick didn't touch my arm. I was like, that's crazy. So I came home. I said, Chris, you got to start cutting me and the boys' hair. And she was like, no, I'm scared. I don't want to. I was like, shit, you got to practice on them. Cut them first, cut me third. You'll get better. You'll get better. You'll get better. And now, you know what I'm saying? That's still their bonding time. That's the only time we see them, when they come home for a haircut. Or you know what I'm saying? And when she cut my hair, that's my. And it's funny because now that she cuts my hair, I only get a haircut every blue moon. I don't give a damn about a haircut. But she does very well.
Right, but remember, one of the things I want to address, first of all, her style of trying to do it her way. So, prime example, we as women that don't really want all that conflict will have a tendency to be like, let me look at my shortcomings in myself. She knows she's not going to get this right. So she's holding it up to your face. But that's a powerful thing, because what if she's looking at it and telling you all wrong? Y'all are going to end up in Indianapolis instead of ending up where you're supposed to be going. So it's a blessing that she knows her shortcoming, and she's willing to hold it to you so you can watch it.
And I respect that.
When any mistakes made, then she knows it's on you, because
it's on me. She want to. And see, the only thing is, I be trying to teach her. I say, Chris, I want to show you how to read this thing and use this thing because you be by yourself sometime, but also, and just I'm the type of person, if you really care about a woman, you want to see her sharp in every facet of life. So I always tell her, you got a master's degree, you're a school teacher, you can learn how to read this GPS. And I don't be aggressive and forced, but every time I pull that bitch up, I give her a little lesson. Eventually, she gonna get it and get a little, because I don't like for people around me. It's as sad as it is. We all know we all got shortcomings, and I got shortcomings, but I'm always trying to improve them. So I don't like for people that's affiliated with me to settle and say, I just can't do something.
I just can't do it. Yes.
I'm like, no, you affiliated with me. I can't. I'll help you. I'll walk with you. My homeboy stopped drinking. They told him he had high blood pressure. I'm like, okay, well, shit. When you come over here, I ain't gonna drink around you. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, yo, I'm gonna get me a little beer. I said, not in here. You go somewhere and get you a beer, because you told me, because it's been 3-4 times you've been here, and I denied myself of a drink.
Right.
And now today you want a goddamn beer. Hell no, motherfucker. You're not drinking no beer around me. You're a grown man. And he like, well, I'm gonna drink me a beer. I said, well, look, if you drink a beer, I'm through with the helping you. I'm gonna drink around you and do like I do. But I said, long story short, it kind of helped him. So he was like, nah, man, I ain't gonna drink it. I ain't had one in so long, blah, blah, blah. And he said they told him he need to start walking because of high blood pressure. Right. And he was like, man, I don't really want to. I said, man, let's go to the trail tomorrow. I'll walk with you.
Good.
I don't like people that I'm affiliated, my friends or people that's I'm affiliated with, to just be like, I can't do something. I'll help you do it. And as if I wanted help. Like, I got a friend that played the piano. I'm like, man, teach me, show me. And he just like, man, you too low. I'm like, man, show me. You my fucking friend. Why? You see I make music. Why wouldn't you? Right. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you make me stronger in that area? I just don't understand that. How you could be around somebody that you love and care about and see that they have a deficiency. It's not that they have a deficiency, but the fact that they say, I can't get better at that. And I'm like, nah, if you don't think you can work out, I'll walk with you until you know what I'm saying? Until you get better.
My partner always says, a man that don't teach you right, don't treat you right. That's his word. He says it all the time.
He don't care about you.
He's like, he don't treat you right if he don't teach you right. He's like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he can't treat you right because he don't care about you. I remember when I first got with my wife, it would be things that I would talk to her about or want her to sharpen up on, or even with the children and certain things. And she would be like, well, it seemed like you're more this and ain't nobody else. I said, ain't nobody else wanted to marry your ass. I said, now, if a nigga don't want to marry you, he ain't gonna tell you, hey, your son look like he's switching a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If he don't want to marry you, he like, shit, I ain't gonna say nothing about that boy looking a little gay because that's gonna make him mad, and I'm trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious.
I know you are, but you say the craziest shit. No, I've been trying to gather my thoughts. Like,
I know it's funny, but in real life,
like, you just say any old thing.
But you got to think about
Miss Pat just say anything. Y'all two just be talking.
I like Miss Pat.
I love her. She has
think about it.
No filter whatsoever. She just says any old thing. Like,
I think the truth comes out like that because the truth is candor.
It is.
It's frank. So it's like, say for example, if I'm going out on a date with you tonight, right?
Right.
And I pick you up.
Yes.
And you come out of the house 40 minutes late. You ain't ready for 40 minutes. The average man want to fuck that night.
Yeah.
I'm starting the date off. Yo, you don't think my time is important?
Right.
You're 40 minutes late.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Don't do that no more. And I don't care how the date go.
Right.
I know for a fact that will knock a woman out of her mode. Like, what? I'm being cute for you. What? Respect my motherfucking time. You don't know what I got to do after this.
Why didn't you just tell me that you was going to be 40 minutes late? Because then I could have, got some other stuff done besides.
Yeah. I'm just making up example. Like, for the most part, a man, if he say something about shit, your son was kicking my foot on the date or kicking the table. You're like, shit, I ain't saying nothing about that because when she dropped them kids off, we gonna get a room. Whereas
Right.
I'm the nigga that'll be like, hey, little man, cut that shit out, little man. What? He kicking the table. What you think I'm gonna let him kick the table?
Right.
And then I'm gonna go into I'm disciplining him and talking to him so he'll listen to you when I'm not around.
Right.
So now it turns a date night into a moral lesson about relationships.
Yes.
And I'm like, hey, shit, I'll go home, beat off, or I can call Susie May.
Don't
I'm not gonna
don't
not
start. Don't
yeah,
start.
I'm not gonna not do what I need to do. I'm not gonna not be a leader for some pussy. That's what's wrong with the world right now. Side note, men will capitulate for some pussy. Like, oh well, shit. I don't care if her kids are out of order. Shit, long as we fucking. I always say, hey, listen, man. If you know this woman kids are out of order or such and such, if you fucking this woman, care about enough about her to give her some game, even if it's risking you not being able to hit no more. But niggas be like, nah, shit, I let them kids jump around and steal and rob all they goddamn want to.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant. But again, that's why I said it's important that we talk about this, because a lot of times we are not addressing the fact that what you said just a minute ago is true. Because of the fact that women don't let their children be disciplined because they think it's fine. Their misbehavior is a representative of them and how they are running their show, how they are handling their children when a man isn't present. Then, unfortunately, if she doesn't have any type of structure or discipline or consistency in teaching them how to be independent of her and respectful of men and their voices, then again, a child, young boys, young girls should know, okay, I shouldn't just cop off at the mouth at somebody that's an adult. That was just code of conduct. Since at least in the 70s, 80s, when I was little, we couldn't just disrespect elders. We couldn't just say whatever we wanted. We couldn't just cuss our mother out, slap our mom. It was just not heard of. But I mean, I could have been from a different type of family, but I wasn't allowed to do it.
Shout out real quick. Shout out to our viewers on X. Y'all already know X. Y'all be coming through. Y'all, you know, we always deep on X. I just give a quick shout out for my X viewers.
So, I want to ask you something. How do you think men respond differently to a woman who prevents setbacks instead of creating them? How do you think men respond?
Oh man, you're giving anything she won't. That's one of the reasons I'm so locked in with my wife. It gives you a level of peace because as a man, it's like you're always on. I don't want to say always on edge. You're always thinking about the outcome of something. I'll give you a perfect example of what I'm saying.
Okay.
If I said, hey, men are macro thinkers, women are micro thinkers, and I know you know exactly what that means. But for the people, if you say, I heard somebody talking about nuclear weapons and global safety, would you think that was a man or woman talking about that?
A man, definitely.
And if I said I heard somebody talking about somebody's outfit that they saw in the lobby. You see what I'm saying? So a man will forget to bathe. I don't mean it like that, but a man ain't walking around thinking about his fucking hygiene all day.
No.
A man is thinking about big shit.
Yes.
Big shit.
I know.
And a woman is thinking about small little shit. Not saying it's insignificant. It's just smaller things, micro shit.
Right.
So a man who's walking around thinking about big shit, we need to get a fence because I want my daughter to play in the backyard, but I don't want nobody to walk up on her. I need to get this fence. If I'm walking around thinking about that, if I'm thinking about big shit, the woman that's thinking about the micro shit, she's preventing any small mishap that can keep my mind on the big shit. And that's one of the things I love about Chris. She makes sure everything is flowing. You see what I'm saying? It's such a piece, a safety net, as opposed to, like you said, I ain't never dealt with no woman that's like you said. I forgot how you worded the question. That's preventing things from happening, or as opposed to fucking shit up, making shit happen.
Right. Yes.
I ain't never dealt with no woman that, like I said, my first wife, she was more responsible than me holding shit down. So
Okay.
I ain't never dealt with a woman that goddamn fucking shit up or letting shit go.
Well, I had a client that I was working with, and my client was kind of going through it with a gentleman that she was dealing with, and they kind of had a back and forth about, you know, just a situation. And I referred to our show. I said, you know Javon, and she says, yeah. I said, my co-host. She said, yeah. I said, well, you know, he rants and raves about how his wife is very organized with his undergarments in his drawers. She said, yeah. I said, that's significant to him. He's more happy about that than probably anything else. That's what he
Yeah,
brings up
my
the most.
favorite thing. My favorite thing.
And then I told her, I said, then I saw a video recently where a man was he went out there, he mowed the grass, and after he got done mowing, he was so happy over the little bottle of water that his wife left in his empty refrigerator outside. I'm talking about it's not like a little mini. No, this is a refrigerator. It only had one ice water in there for her husband when he was done with his mowing. He popped that up open like it was just gold. He's like, ladies, it's the little things. And he was holding on to that water like it was it was his last breath. So I don't think women realize their value because it's not tangible.
You're right.
So our value isn't really recognized even by men a lot of times. Men will be like, well, what are you bringing to the table? You ain't bringing no money. You ain't doing this, no doing this. It's like, well, no, but if we look at it, it's the little things that you're not remembering. No, I may not bring in money, but hey, your undergarments are folded. Hey, don't forget about the times when you go out here and you're just doing what you need to do. I check the tank and make sure that it's not on path when I know you got to go 40 miles tomorrow. So before me and the kids come home, I go and fill the tank up. You might not be thinking it. You just hop in the car and drive. Be like, look at the gas tank and be like, okay, I'm cool. No, I made sure it was full for you.
Miss Carla,
Little things like that.
you just basically, in saying that ultimate question of what do I bring to the table as a woman, and you know women have such a fucking hard time answering that question. And you
Yeah.
know why they can't answer that question? It just hit me when you were explaining. Men are used to women being 100% fucking selfish. That's what we are used to from women. That's all we've ever seen since birth. We're used to women being selfish. So peep this. We're so used to women being selfish. Everything is about them. Lick me, suck me, get me wet. Make sure you don't come fast. Make sure I get off. What do I got? Where's my money? Blah, blah, blah. The point I'm making is what you said about the water in the fridge, Chris and the underwear. Those are the intangible things. A woman, if she could just say, I'm considerate. I'm always thinking about you. I'm
Yep.
considerate. I'm your cheerleader.
Yep.
It's all it is. If a woman could answer that question, what do you bring to a table? And a woman said, I'm considerate. As I live and breathe, I'm watching you and
Yeah.
I'm seeing any and everything I can do to make your life easier and to
Yes,
make you
absolutely.
happier. Even if it's just making you a fucking peanut butter sandwich every
Man.
other day. And I'm just,
Mhm.
but Miss Carla, you know what's so hard? Why that's so hard? Because
What?
women just aren't considerate.
Well,
Women walk around thinking about their fucking self
well,
24/7.
well, if I'm honest, and you know me, I'm real candid because I just had the situation happen today, actually. Partner comes over, hey, are you good? I'm like, yeah, he's sitting there, and I'm like, did you eat? Because I didn't eat yet. I said I did a body work session today, and I was busy. It was 1 o'clock. He's like, well, do you got some eggs in there? Shoot, we can make an egg sandwich. I'm like, it's 1 o'clock. I'm thinking eggs is not sufficient for real, at 1 o'clock, right? I'm like, no, let's not do that. You know what? I remember I had put some salmon in there. And he was like, well, do we have all the stuff? And I said, well, I don't know. I guess we're going to have to wing it, right? So I come out, I get the Italian dressing and the mustard and all the stuff. And I'm like, well, I got all the stuff. I mean, he's like, well, I did bring some avocados. And then I said, oh, yeah, I have the rice. And then we were talking and then we did make a meal. And I'm like, you know what? It was crazy, but it was so laid back. But I wasn't thinking when I got the pink salmon that I was going to need it in that moment. But it came to be that it's something that small that's so huge when you're talking about two people are hungry. So what are we going to do? Are we going to have eggs at one? Or what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and knock the salmon out and work it out. A lot of times we don't think about that. But when my father told me the reason he chose my mother out of an encyclopedia of females that loved my father and thought he was handsome and everything else.
He looked like one of them DeVos niggas, didn't he?
No, he looked more
I don't know
like,
why I see him with a thin mustache.
no,
like
he's me. He's me. He has the same face as me, even though I'm not his. He looks just like me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, really? He's like, I'm thinking, I said, well, before you answer why you chose mom out of all those women, I said, give me a minute. I'm going to get comfortable. I got comfortable. I said, so what was your answer? I gave you some time to think about it. He said 2 words to me. I said, well, what is it? He said, she cared. And I'm like, what else?
And that's what I'm saying when I say considerate.
What the hell?
Like when a woman does something that shows that she's considerate.
Yes.
Peep this. And this is so crazy. Watch this, Carla. This is what's so crazy.
Okay.
Women want men to be like they are.
Yes.
Women want men to be like they should be. Say, for example, every woman I've ever fucking dated in my life has always said the same thing. I was talking about something, and if you would have been listening and heard and just been considered, that's really what they're saying. It could be like, what you want for Valentine's Day? Oh, I don't know at this time. But 3 weeks ago, she was talking about some shit. They got a new fucking pendulum coming out at fucking K's or some shit. She wants you to have heard that. That's not how men work. That's not how men work. That's not how men work. But the point I'm making is the very thing that she wants from a man is the thing that she should give a man.
Right.
You ever notice that they always say the love language, and I hate that shit, but they always say the love language, you never give what you want.
No.
So when I met my wife and she asked me to help her with this play, I said, I'll help you out. I was like, okay. I wrote it. I was like, yo, this shit gonna be dope. I think we should add some movie scenes into the middle of this play and make it live and interactive. She was like, yeah, I think that too. So I was like, since I'm doing the production, I was like, I'm gonna buy some cameras to film this shit with. I'm gonna go get 3 cameras to film this shit with. And I went and got the cameras. And when she saw me on set with the cameras, the next day she gave me a check for $1,000. I was like, what's this for? She was like, you bought the cameras, right? I was like, yeah, because I wanted to. She was like, well, shit, I want to help out with it. I was like, that's just considerate. Now, that just happened to be some money, but just consider it. Like, I didn't even ask her. I wasn't expecting. I'm like, I bought these cameras because I want to make this production the way I want it to be. And she was just considerate enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about a woman. A man will fuck around, and that's what women, that work wife, work husband shit, that's all consideration. That man be at work, and then you know how many women at work have wooed me just by bringing me some fucking lunch, or English teacher that knew that would come to me. It was just one English teacher that I almost had a fling. I had a little fling, but she.
What is it? You wanted one or you had one? Which is it?
Well, no. I said I had a little fling with her. I was about to say I almost like fell in love with her, but it was just a little fling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, she would check my emails for me.
Oh, so you wouldn't have to go through them.
Check my emails for me, and she would remind me of everything. Whenever she make her lesson plan, she would modify it a little bit and send me one like I made it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and she won't even no good looking woman. She was old big fat funny shaped chick. But she was so
Funny
considerate.
shape.
I said, I gotta give her some of this dick. I know she like me. And I said, I know she don't think she got a shot in hell. But Shorty kept doing that shit. I said, I'm gonna give her some dick.
What is wrong with you? You have no sense at all. Like literally no sense. I don't know what
You
you
know
do.
when you hey look, you know you done gave somebody some pussy at some point in your life. Like, you know what? This motherfucker done earned this pussy. I ain't even think I was gonna give it to him, but he earned this pussy. I think it's called
Hilarious.
a demisexual or something. Not sapient. It's when a person is not physically attracted to you, but they earn it through kindness.
You think that's how it works?
That's how it worked for that situation.
You think okay?
Like, shit, I'm gonna
You
get
like
her
she about to get it. She about to get it, huh?
Yeah, she's like, look, well, we can meet up at my house and we can print this out and work on this. I'm like, yep, we can. And I had been over her house so many times before and chilled and had a drink and worked and got it. I was like, today, I'm gonna shock your ass.
You were uncoachable.
Shock your ass.
You were uncoachable, sir. I'm sorry, we can't work with you. We don't know what to do with you, Mr. Clark. I don't know what to do with you, but you are uncoachable.
That consideration, Carla. Let me ask you this, Carla, because women say this. We say this so fucking much.
What's that?
Protection and provision. I need to hear this straight up from you.
Okay.
Is that what really? Because I don't think that's what really women be wanting from me.
What do you mean?
Like I just said, I think protection and provision. What I'm saying is consideration to the bottom line. All that cooking, cleaning, sex, being pretty, nurturing, cheering me on, all that shit, that all go in the box. But if I narrow it down, just consideration, I'll take that over anything.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I'm asking you, the world says a woman just wants protection and provision from a woman, from a man, right? I'm asking you to the core, is that true? Because I see so many situations where a woman not getting protection and provision, and they still batshit crazy over a man, that man. So I'm asking you, like, I don't know where that came from. I just when I thought about it, consideration, that's all I want. I'm asking you, as a woman, like, is that really it?
It's subject to change. It depends on the time, the season, the woman, the time, because we change like the leaves on the trees. So sometimes we might be in the mood for the protection. So we might want a man to be like, you know, such and such did this to us, and I was upset, and I really wish that he wouldn't do that, and I felt uncomfortable. And he's like, all right, for real, I'm going over there. I'm going to handle that. And we're like, oh, yeah, he can protect me, and he's so sweet, and all this. And then other times we might not want all that. We might just want to cuddle and be held, and girl, you know, you're beautiful and all that. We want that girly stuff. And then we might want the handyman, like, what you need, babe? Like, you know what? This has been really loose and it's really irritating me. Or my air conditioner ain't working properly. Can you put it in and fix it for me? And sometimes our love language or our feelings are subject to change. It depends on the time and what we're needing.
I was talking to a person that I do one-on-ones with, you know what I'm saying? I call it one-on-ones, you call it coaching. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing, but yeah.
the reason I asked that is because it hit me when I was talking to her today.
Okay.
She's a military woman. And we was talking today, and she likes this guy, and we was talking, and I said, well, it don't sound like he can provide protection and provision. And she was like, I don't even want that from him. She was like, I like him for who he is. She was like, I got plenty of money. I'm retired. I get $6,000 a month from the military, and I got a job. And she was like, I'm military. She was like, I can shoot, blah, blah, blah. She was like, I don't need no man for protection and provision. And then I said, wow. And I said, so would you forego that? She was like, yeah, I don't need provision from no man. I got everything. She's like, I like him so much. I'll take care of this motherfucking fund his dream. She was like, I just like this man. He floats my boat. And I said, she was basically asking me as the modern masculine man, did I think that was wrong for her to love a man and like him so much. It ain't that he a bum. He just don't have to provide for her. And like she said, I'm a military woman. She's like, I got guns. She's like, I'm infatuated with guns. She said, I'm an open carrier. She was like, I don't walk around feeling unprotected. So the thing was, and I said, wow, I never heard a woman say that. And she said, Javon, I think most women just saying that. Women just want a man for the man that he is. And I'm asking you that, like, she was like, she think that's just what women say because that's like somebody saying, what do you want to do? And the first thing a motherfucker be like, I want to travel. They just say that because that's what they heard.
What they heard, right?
I'm asking you, like, now that I didn't explain more, when you say subject to change, I heard how you explained it, but you're speaking on a day-by-day basis. And I'm talking about, like, what if you up financially? What if you...
That's women. We're always subject to change.
So it's always day by day.
Yeah, it's always day by day because every woman has a different season. So for instance, this week, I might want the husband side of my partner, or I might have a dude that I'm cool with that I know he can give me the let me take you out on a date vibe, but we're not dating. We just have this vibe. We can connect, we can be cool, we can lay back, we can chill, we can do stuff. And he might be more affectionate or make me feel more feminine than my partner does, as an example. And then we just go out, we might go to Cracker Barrel and we might eat or something. And I just feel like womanly. Like I have my little sundress and I'm feeling cute and all that. So it's subject to change because if I'm with my partner, I can pull my hair back, no makeup, and be just me, and some booty shorts and a halter top and be cool. And I have to do any of that. But we're like more best friends, so we can just talk and chat, talk about the mission we're at, what we're trying to build. That's a different vibe. So what I mean by a subject to change is sometimes we have different divisions. We have 9 divisions of self. So we got our sensual self, we got our sexual self, we got our social self. We got so many parts of us that a lot of times are laying dormant in our soul. In our living soul, we have a lot of parts and pieces of ourself that is just dormant. It's not really even brought out because a lot of times when you're in a relationship with a man, you be like, hey, I don't want you out there with all that shoulder showing. I don't want you to be out there with your booty shorts and be flirtatious. So you dial back that part of you and you're like, okay, well, I won't bring that part out of me then. I'll just kind of hold back and kind of water me down.
So let me ask you this. Okay. My wife has said that before.
Yes.
So that's like getting ready for a date and you getting cute.
Yes.
And you feel good because you're getting cute and putting on your little stuff and your little smell goods. And if you with a man that ain't into that or don't want you to look nice or look like that when you're not with him, you lose that part of yourself. And it get to the point where you can get to starving for that. And that's how some guy at work or at the corner store said, you smell good. And you were like, I ain't even got on number some little goddamn lotion shit. And he didn't floated my butt. That's how you fall for something else. Oh, okay. Well, or say if you financially up, like right now, next week, your fucking Facebook and shit just start paying you $10,000 a month. You might look at the person that's helping you out or your partner who helps you out financially. Well, you don't need them for that anymore. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, well, I need them. I need them for this, or you know what I'm saying? Okay, I see. So
it's subject to change. So now I need him to do something different for me. So now, in other words, I don't need you to be the husband side of you. I need you now to be more like, let's get together as business partners. So now we're sitting side by side instead of me on top of you kissing all over you. So
you know what? That's really what you're saying about the rowing in the boat of life.
Yes.
The adjustment.
Yes. Yeah. Because you don't know. She was sitting pretty and proud and felt as though I don't have any worries. He's taking care of everything. And a lot of times, like I told you before, we don't want to think as women. We a lot of times want a man to do the thinking and the decision making because that hurts our head. We just want to shop. We want to buy diamonds and go out to the coffee shop, hang out with girlfriends. We don't want to
be accountable for making a wrong decision.
No, absolutely not.
I think that's the biggest thing I see in women. And I wish that as men, I think that's one of the things that helped me and Chris stay together. I've always encouraged her, hey, make the decision. If it don't go all right, I'm not going to be mad. Stop not making decisions because you worried about the outcome. Where you want to go, what you want to do.
That hollering. We don't want got that to do. We're going to try to keep all that hollering or this, you know, you're hearing all that. Oh, I didn't, you know, well, what's this? Like, I don't got time for that. I told my partner the other day, I was like, you've been awfully snippy lately. Like, you're just snappy. What is that? Like, what's that? Not snappiness. This is irritating. Like, what is that? Like, well, I just want stuff. I'm in executive orders, and it's like I don't got time for this. What is that energy?
Yeah, I always encourage my wife. Hey, look, be yourself. Make your decisions. If such and such don't come out right, it don't come out right. It is what it is. And I will always tell her, Chris, I make decisions all the time and have to deal with some not coming out right. Or if I decide to go here and when we get there, you said you didn't have no input on it, didn't want to make nothing on it. But when we get here, you can tell me 50 fucking things that's wrong with the place, but you ain't want. So now I got to deal with your dislike.
Right.
It's almost like I got to deal with your dislike for my decision because you didn't want to make a decision and deal with your own dislike for your decision.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But again,
exactly. But watch this. When a woman can say, you know what? I'm being considerate.
Yes.
I'm going to make a decision. And if I don't like it here, I don't like it here. It's because I chose it, not because of you. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
Carla, it's crazy because before I get out of here, I want you to make your next point. We got about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Carla, I promise you, and I want to talk to women and have a conversation. Is it that hard for a woman being with a man? It's fucking hard as a man being with a woman. Like you have to think for them. What I mean is there's a heavy fucking jacket. Like for a woman, like you said, well, shit, you told me y'all don't want to think, y'all don't want to make a decision. Y'all just like y'all gotta, it can't be that hard. Y'all just fucking sitting in the boat, even when you're rowing.
Right, like, we don't want to do all that.
Baby paddles.
But I'll be honest, if we're a woman of decision, if we're a woman that knows about how to make decisions, then we'll be a little more relaxed on the not wanting to do it. So we'll do it naturally. So what I mean by that is sometimes we as women that are already in that instinctual thinking of, okay, what is he needing? Then we just kick right in and we just do. But that depends on upbringing a lot of times. What did we see our mom do? Did our mom just do nothing and dad took care of everything? Or was it my mom didn't have a man? Or what happened with mom? Because usually we mirror her. So my mother was always somebody that was rowing the boat with him, or she's looking around and telling him what to do, or this needs to be done, or she was always instrumental and stuff. So for me, in a relationship, it depends on what type of relationship you're talking about. If you're talking about a long distance relationship, if you're talking about a relationship where he goes home, or are you talking about a relationship where he's husband-like, or are you talking about a relationship where we're just friendship and we have a closeness? Like, what kind of woman am I being with this man? Because every single one I just mentioned has different responsibilities. Some of them it's just he gets it and goes home. Then you get in the shower, you go to bed, and you're good. That's not a responsibility for real. Sometimes they're just out of town, out of state. You hit it, he goes home, bye, and it's been great. Nice seeing you, and they're gone. But if you're talking about somebody that I'm either living with or I'm responsible for, I'm there in case of emergency, which is considered an ICE on his paperwork. That's a little different of a woman. Because now I got to make sure, what's your health looking like? Are you good? Do you need anything? I'm thinking about things that you need, things that you like. I'm considerate of you.
Yeah.
That's a whole different. So which woman are you talking? Which role are you talking about?
Yeah. The crazy thing about it is, and even like in our swag academy and teaching men how to have swagger and teaching women how to get picked and teaching women how to be picked by the right man.
Right.
one of the biggest things I want to have for men is how to mold your woman into what you need her to be. Because once you mold her into what you need her to be, if she's palatable, you really don't need. Because I have such an opportunity out here to see other women, but I just don't. I don't be on women like that no more.
Why?
Because I've molded her. Now that ain't saying that I'm more of a. I guess I done got to the point where if I go out of town and I'm handling some business or something, and I see a beautiful woman, I'll crack on her just to see where my game at. And if something happens, something happens. You know what I'm saying? But as far as just, you know what I'm saying, just wanting to be around, I'm at a phase right now where my wife is so palatable and so considerate. Like, I think that's what the ultimate goal to is. It's like, you ever seen old folks, and I know this ain't a good example, but I'm gonna use it as an example so you can see what I mean.
Okay.
You ever seen old people that just own cruise control? Like when mama come out the house, daddy got a pocketbook because he knows she always forget her pocketbook.
Always forgetting something.
Mama got his glasses because he forget his driving glasses. You know, everything is just cruise control. Kind of like the scene in The Color Purple where when Mr. was like, where my tie? Where my tie? She like, right there. Where my sock? Where my right here? It's like she know that man. And when you get like that, it's like your life has become so cruise control with a person that they know you and know your movement so much, whereas there's no room for someone else. You know what I'm saying? When I say no room, it's only for play.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
remember I told you a long time ago, monogamy is powerful because monogamy allows me, if you're wanting monogamy or if you're wanting poly, it allows it to evolve into it on its own. See, the problem with monogamy, if I claim I'm monogamous, everything's going to come to me to challenge that. Oh, you monogamous? Oh, let me show you what I got over here, or let me show you what I got over there. But when you're like, I evolved into this, I have the opportunity to do what I want, but I'm good right here. And it's not that I can't be playing around, but in this time, space, and aura that we have right now, we're good. So that's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, well, monogamy is an evolution. It's not something that you say you're going to be out of your mouth. It's what you evolve to.
Yeah.
If you're going to be that.
Well, Miss Carla, I got to get on up out of here. It's been a wonderful show. I think we got a couple of points that we could probably do a part 2 of this if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you too, if you guys are on here, I do have a free PDF just on the paddle boat analogy alone for all people that's on here. Join my Patreon. It's under Carla Nicole, patreon.com. And like I said, or you can even text me, hashtag this number, roll the boat, and I will send you the PDF. But either way, just get a hold to me so you guys can see, oh, I didn't know really where it benefits. And this can be for men or women, because actually a lot of times men need to read what I'm giving women. Women need to read what I'm gifting men, so we can get intelligence beyond just our gender. We get locked into gender that we don't want to learn.
It's like being a fly on the wall. That's a beautiful situation. Well, y'all make sure y'all take advantage of this stuff while it's free. Join the Patreon. The Patreon is not free, but make sure you take advantage of anything that Miss Carla got going on. Make sure y'all hit her up for a living soul reading. Y'all stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on. We will see y'all next week. Peace.